That's what he does. Oh, goodness me.
Wow. Wowee. Get in there.
Hello and welcome to the British Basketball League Championship and to the Surrey Sports Park here in Guildford, where we'll be seeing the Heat play the Worcester Wolves. These teams have already met 3 times in the Cup and the Trophy, with the Wolves winning them all. But the Heat are a new-look team after recent changes, so we'll be looking to get their first win on the board this season. Here's how things stand going into today's action in the BBL Championship table. Worcester a joint second with a 5-2 record, with Newcastle leading the way and Leicester the only other undefeated team right now. Sheffield are up to 5th with a whole bunch of teams just behind them on 4 points. Guildford are currently last with nothing to show for their opening 5 league games. Tip-off is just a couple of minutes away, so let's hear from both teams in tonight's game. Earlier I caught up with the coaches to see how things had gone. Well, Creon, you've had about a month off. Is it like pre-season all over again?
Yeah, it's a new start. You know, in December now, November we're inactive, but we've got a couple of new bodies in, so hopefully we're going to be able to hit the floor running now.
Obviously you had that poor start to the season, some new guys in. Do you just forget all about those first few games?
That's what we said it as a team when we got back together, was let's forget about the past, let's start new. We've got about 25 games to go, 11 at home, 14 on the road, and you know, we're just setting our targets on getting into those playoffs and ultimately trying to get to that 6th position.
And Copeland and Lasker both making their debuts for you today, both quality BBL players.
Yeah, I didn't want to take a chance. You know, I had some exciting rookies that I could have brought in. I guess I'm just lucky that, you know, budget-wise, they got tired of sitting at home waiting for that big deal. So I managed to bring them in. Both bring scoring and, as you said, a lot of experience. So they know the league, they know the refs, they know what it's about, and I expect big things from them.
Worcester currently joint second in the league. You've played them a lot. What have you made of them?
Very well-coached team. You know, Paul does a great job with them. He's recruited really well. You know, Tommy Friedman, great shooter. Prezzie-Blue knows the league real well, and then Richie Gordon's been absolutely awesome hitting the boards. I don't think we've had somebody that athletic come in the league for a long time. So, you know, they've had a great start in all competitions, and we'll just, you know, want to go out there and give it our best shot.
What's the key for you to win the game?
I think the first thing is controlling Prezzie-Blue and defending that 3-point line. If we can do those 2 things, we'll go a long way in getting us a victory tonight.
Good luck tonight. Thank you. Cheers. Well, Paul, you've a lot of connections with Guildford. It must be nice to come back and see some of the old friends.
Absolutely, it's always nice to come back to Guildford. You know, spent you know, 4.5 years here. Had a fantastic time here, and we won a lot, and got a lot of friends here, like you said.
But you'll want to give them a good beating tonight.
We just want to try and get a win on Sky TV, which would be very nice. But no, it's always, we know it's going to be a tough game. We've played them 3 times already this season. They've made some changes to their roster, so they're pretty much a new team almost. You know, so we know we've got to work hard, we've got to execute well, and really play some defense.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to know what you're facing. They've got 2 new guys starting their first game. Durant's only played a couple of games for them. It's like a totally new team.
No, it really is, and you know, the guys they've brought in are quality players. So you know, we've got our work cut out for us tonight. And you know that, you know, Mike Martin, Julius Joseph, and Teo, they're going to be there or thereabouts as well. So you know, all of a sudden they've got a really deep bench and they've got some quality players on their side.
And of course they've not played for a month, so no scouting possibilities. I mean, you're really going into the unknown.
We really are. I mean, apart from the players I've just mentioned, and of course Macklemore as well, we know those 4. But how the new guys have blended in, we have no idea. So really, it's a matter of us really digging down and concentrating on our defense and the way we want to play our defense. You know, taking care of our boards first and foremost, and then executing on the offensive end.
And good to get back to winning ways in your last game.
Yeah, it is. You know, I mean, you know, we went on a 2-game losing streak, which I wasn't too happy about, but we put a few things right, and hopefully we can now continue with our winning streak tonight.
And some better 3-point shooting from your guys tonight, maybe?
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope we can create some, wider open shots for our guys, and that we shoot well in this gym. And last time we played here, we shot extremely well, so that's a good sign for us.
Good luck. Thank you.
Cheers, Paul.
Let's have a look at the two lineups for today's game, starting with the hometown Heat. And they have two debutants in the roster, Drew Lasker and Mike Copeland, both making their first competitive start for Guildford. Both have plenty of BBL experience, as does Sean Durant, making only his third appearance for the Heat. Mike, no coach likes to shake up his squad this early in the season, but with the addition of the likes of Copeland and Lasker, they look a very strong team now.
Yeah, they do look a very strong team, Guildford. Like you said, Lasker and Copeland both have BBL experience. What's going to be interesting is to see how they can gel and create chemistry with the guys who are already here at Guildford.
And now let's have a look at the Worcester lineup, and no doubt about it, Richie Gordon looked impressive in last week's loss to Mike News Milton Keynes with 27 points and 8 rebounds. One area they did struggle a little bit with was the three-point shooting. Tommy Freeman started cold but found his touch, and Sherrad Prezzie-Blue and Dave Watts combined for just 3 for 14 from behind the arc. Mike, I'm expecting better from those guys. Are you?
Absolutely. Well, Freeman picked it up last night and had 30 points against a good Mersey team. But Prezzie-Blue and Watts definitely struggled on Tuesday. You don't expect those guys to struggle for consecutive games.
We've got the first quarter action coming up right after this break.
I'm Charlie Luxton, and this is the Great Treehouse Challenge.
Charlie Luxton is bringing local communities together to build the treehouse
This is your treehouse. Please open your eyes.
they've all dreamt of.
Amazing. Love treehouses. Be a big kid again.
The Great Treehouse Challenge starts Monday at 8 on Sky 1 HD.
It all starts with a Windows 7 PC.
The BT Autumn deals are now on. Get BT Total Broadband and unlimited evening and weekend UK calls, all for only £13 a month. And now free for the first 3 months. Hurry, offer ends 22nd of December. Call 0800 002 002 or go to bt.com/autumn deals.
Why not try from specially selected grapes, crafted by a chef de cave, matured for at least 24 months, gold medal winning, delicious finest Premier Cru champagne. When you open your prezzies on the big day. Tesco, every little helps.
Dolce & Gabbana, the one, the fragrance for men.
With even more great HD entertainment, our award-winning 1 terabyte box lets you record up to 240 hours of HD programs, and you're ready for incredible 3D. Plus, Sky Broadband Unlimited customers can unlock a huge library of entertainment on demand. The 1 terabyte Sky Plus HD box from only £49. Sky, believe in better.
All over Britain, people are winning with their postcode. Join thousands of winners winning daily prizes, weekly draws, and our postcode million draws.
Call 800 123 456 to sign up today.
Your postcode could be your ticket to winning your share. Register before the 19th of December and you could be celebrating with your neighbours.
If you're in, you could win the postcode lottery.
We have thousands of movies to watch instantly on your PS3, PC, Internet TV and iPad, and as many Blu-rays and DVDs as you can handle. Love film.
Opium, Yves Saint Laurent.
Welcome back. We're underway then. Richie Gordon wins the opening tip and Prezzie-Blue crosses the halfway line. Freeman fires up for three, a little bit short on the opening shot of the game.
Freeman's a good shooter. He shot the ball well against us, and he has extended range on his three-point shot, and so you have to respect that.
Ball bounced down low to Mike Martin, trying to go past Gordon, gets it out to McLemore, doesn't go. Durant going after the offensive boards, but Gordon boxed him out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Richie Gordon on Tuesday. He played well against our big guys, and I know we have two monsters in Howard Crawford and Daniel Northern, but he was all they could handle and some.
Gordon going to work off the back of the ring, doesn't go. Here's what Lasker is very good at in the open court, coast to coast. You've got to pick him up. You can't let him keep going.
You can't let him get going, and you definitely can't let him get going down the right side. You got to pick up Andrew Lasker early in transition and try to keep him out of the lane.
Really, in the open court, there are a few better than Drew Lasker. Here's Gordon going to work against Durant. That one's a little bit short. Worcester struggling to get anything going here. Another fast break opportunity. Teo Ogundengbe can't convert, gets his own rebound and sticks it back. And Paul James will want his team transitional defense to be much better than it's been.
Absolutely. Teo Ogundengbe is a barrel of energy. You must match his energy if you want to have any chance of keeping him off the boards.
Sean Durant jumping out, called for the blocking foul, and it'll be a sideline ball for the Worcester Wolves. Kozlowski's cross-court to Prezzie-Blue. Here's Freeman around the screen for three and hits. First one was a sider, second one is good.
Freeman's come out with the guns loaded. I like the look in his eye. Even though this is their third game in 6 days, he looked like he still has a lot left in the tank.
Martin trying to go to work inside against Gordon is off the mark. Kozlowski's with the rebound. Prezzie-Blue has Freeman ahead, but just loses the ball for a second. Fernandez dancing to the hole to the left hand, lays it in.
Well, Fernandez is a tricky player. He's a slasher and can get to the basket, so you must pick him up and keep him out of the lane as well.
Lasker to McLemore. Steps inside, fires up from 19 feet. Montel McLemore. Prezzie-Blue now for the Wolves. Trailing by one here in the early stages of this ball game. Fernandez backing down on Lasker. Fires off the glass. Good defense from Lasker, kept him in front.
That's great defense by Lasker, but I think they like that matchup of Lasker trying to defend Fernandez in the post.
And Tommy Freeman, who took, I think, 4 or 5 charges against you guys last week, has done exactly the same at the start of this game, putting his body on the line to take another one.
Absolutely. They already have Richie Gordon protecting the rim, so anybody that tries to go in there, he's an excellent shot blocker. But Freeman is also excellent at getting defensive position and drawing charges.
Defense to cry from the home fans is Kozlowskis with his three-point shot. And you can't sleep on the big fella all the way out there.
The wily veteran, he made 5 or 6 three-pointers against us. He has an awkward-looking shot, but it goes in for him, and he knows what he's doing.
It seems that every Lithuanian can shoot the three-pointer, no matter what their position.
Absolutely.
There's Durant roughly one in.
Sean Durant has a nice touch for a big guy. That's his bread and butter move, the face-up jump shot. But there's Fernandez with a nice move to the basket as well.
Oh, did Durant just step on the line? He did. As he pulled in the rebound, he says he got bumped, but I think he just stepped on the line as he tried to regain his balance, and that's out of bounds.
I like Sean Durant. He mixes the rough with the smooth. He's an excellent rebounder, but he also has a nice touch on his face-up jump shot.
Here's Kozlowskis this time. Oh, what a move from Kozlowskis. Oh, my goodness.
Joking.
What a play from the big Lithuanian.
I tell you, the veteran can still play. He has excellent touch on his three-point shot, and he's all business when he takes to the court. How about a little shake and bake from the big guy?
Tremendous handle as well to give himself an inch. That was about all he had on that one. He still knocked it down. McLemore to reply for 3, and he does.
Martel McLemore started off the season a bit slower than we knew him from last season, but he's looking like he's finding his range today.
Well, I think he was in a slightly different role at the start of this year, and I think over the break they've tried to go back to some of the stuff they did last year. Richie Gordon with a little fall away, not quite. McLemore pulls in the rebound.
Well, Guildford will be happy if Richie Gordon's going to shoot 16-foot.
Let's get to the hole. And we said just a few moments ago, you've got to stop him at the halfway line. You can't let him get into the lane like that.
No way. If you let Andrew Lasker get in the paint below the free throw line, he's going to either score the basket or get to the free throw line. In this case, he did both.
So Lasker at the line for the bonus free throw, which will try and give them a 3-point lead here. High scoring opening 3.5 minutes. Well, they're all in the lane way too early, so it's just a question of who got there first. Referee says Kozlowskis was the one who broke the lane first, so therefore it'll be a retake for Drew Lasker. Can't step into the free throw lane until the ball has left his hand. Kozlowskis is in early again. This time it doesn't matter because he makes the free throw.
Drew Lasker has came right in, and he's an impact immediately, scoring 5 points within the first 4 minutes.
Nice pass from Freeman to Gordon, and he almost got that rearranged to go. Drew Lasker tapping his chest to say to the official, yeah, I got him on that one.
Well, you got to love Richie Gordon. He has the power game and the finesse game. That time he tried to do a little bit of finesse with the reverse layup and got fouled, but he's also a high riser and can play above the rim.
Gordon then at the free throw line. Little short on that one. It had a think, but it didn't drop in. And he's still searching for his first point of the game.
I think that Gordon and Kozlowskis make a good combination. Kozlowskis can stretch it with his three-point shooting, and Gordon's a beast in the paint.
But he can't convert either free throw there, so the Heat lead remains at 3. Lasker. McLemore spinning. Freeman in front of him, fires the shot up, tipped in by Sean Durant.
There's Sean Durant doing what Sean Durant does best, rebounding and getting putbacks. He's made his career off things like that.
Fernandez has it now. Wolves down 5. Kicked out to the corner. Wide open is Prezzie-Blue. He's too good a shooter to leave that open.
Well, he's been struggling, and you can't give him any looks to keep him down. But if you give him looks like that, he's going to make that every time.
Martin throws it into McLemore. Gordon trying to intimidate the shot. McLemore gets his own rebound. Thrown back out to Ogundenbi. Fires up for 3. Short gets his own rebound as well. Third chance opportunity for the Heat.
Absolutely. The shooter knows where his rebound's going to go if he misses the shot. Teo followed his shot.
Ogundenbi fires up from 20 feet. That one's a little short, and Freeman with the easy rebound.
I don't know who's going to win that battle. I think that Fernandez can guard Ogundenbi on the perimeter. I think he needs to be taking
great
it down.
pass from Fernandez to Richie Gordon, and he lays it in for 2.
Fernandez has a tricky game, I'm telling you. He may not stroke it well from long distance, but he knows how to get to the basket and feed his big guys as well.
Lasker around the screen. Lasker penetrating quickly, and Prezzie-Blue, as he jumped underneath the screen, just bumped him, and that will be a foul on the Worcester guard.
His first stepping against the Wolves. Into the game for the first time,
Julius Joseph checking into the game for the first time as Teo Ogundenbi sits down.
Absolutely. Coach Raptopoulos must love the idea of having some scoring coming off of the bench with Julius Joseph and their new signing Mike Copeland as well.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, how strong does that make their bench? Joseph straight into the game, straight on the point.
Straight 2 points. It's a different look than Coach had before 4 weeks ago, and I know he's going to enjoy having that power of scoring coming off of the bench with Julius and Mike Copeland.
Fernandez penetrates, kicks out. Kozlowskis steps underneath, tough shot, but he hits it again. What a shooting performance from big Kozlowskis today.
Hey, these guys act like this is their first game of the week. You would never know it's their 3rd game in 6 days. Kozlowskis has an awesome touch from the perimeter.
Well, he is the game's leading scorer with 8. McLemore kicks it out. Mike Martin for three, and he strokes one. And we have a 21-18 scoreline 6 minutes into the game.
Well, both teams are bombing away from downtown. Mike Martin has the versatility as well. He can play inside and stretch the defense with his three-point shooting as well.
Freeman driving hard, gets caught as he goes to the hole. He will shoot two.
That's the thing about Freeman. He has the excellent range on his three-point shot, and so you must respect that. And when you get too close to him, he can put it on the floor and get to the basket.
3:46 to go. Freeman on the line for two.
First foul of the ball game on Drew Lasker. And Tommy Freeman at the free throw line. That one is a little bit short, and the Wolves have missed their first 3 free throws of the game.
Freeman's an excellent shooter. Free throws aren't a problem for him.
Second one is good. There was some talk last year that actually Guildford didn't shoot the free throws very well, but nobody shot free throws very well in this building, and there was something about tight range, which is always an excuse you hear from shooters. But the way they're shooting, Prezzie-Blue with the steal, and Prezzie-Blue will lay it in. Oh no, he won't. Fernandez will tip it in. Good follow from Fernandez.
There's Fernandez filling in the cracks, doing all the little things, getting assists, offensive tip-ins, running the floor, getting to the basket. Coaches love players like Fernandez.
21-21, barely 7 minutes in. So if the rings are tight, they're not having any problems with them today as Mike Martin breaks the tie.
Mike Martin gets himself going down low. I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot more of him during the game.
Fernandez backs out, guarded by Joseph, goes round the screen. Kozlauskas is left open on the spin, got caught. No whistle. Fernandez with the rebound. Paul James asking why that wasn't a foul. Oh, great pass from Kozlauskas, but it's not loose. Numbers here for the Heat. Dropped off to McLemore, and he lays it in. Frantic place to this game.
Absolutely. I think this pace is definitely going to favor Guildford. As I said a couple of times already, this is Worcester's third game in 6 days, and the Heat have a lot to prove and a lot of new faces that want to do well today.
Fernandez drops it into Gordon. Kozlauskas fakes it, gets it onto Prezzie-Blue for three, and he hits.
A shooter makes his first shot, you might be in for a long night, especially if it's a shooter like Prezzie-Blue. Back-to-back three-point baskets for him will definitely keep him going.
Lasker spinning, slips. 5 of 6 from behind the arc now, the Wolves. McLemore fires up. Doesn't quite go. Kozlauskas gets the rebound. I think Durant is going to be called for a foul.
Excellent box out by Kozlauskas. Durant is a monster on the offensive glass. You know you have to put a body on him before you go get the rebound. That's exactly what Kozlauskas did, and it drew a nice foul on Sean Durant.
Well, Durant will get himself a breather, as will Drew Lasker. Mike Copeland into the game for the first time.
Well, Mike Copeland's a bit undersized to play in the post, even though he gets the job done. Last year, he showed that he can stretch the defense and shoot the three-point shot as well. It'll be interesting to see how his jump shot has developed with a new three-point line.
Well, 1 or 2 of the Worcester fans claiming they should have got shots there. It does say 5 on the board, but they'll do much better with this because they get 2 and a bonus as Gordon will go to the line.
Yeah, Richie Gordon is a handful. From 16 feet in, he's a monster. He can put the ball on the floor with 1 or 2 bounces, and he's an excellent position player as well.
Well, Wolves into the lead now, 26-25. Gordon can double that. David Watts into the game for the first time. And still the struggles from the line continuing for the Worcester Wolves. But they've got 26 points on the board, and we haven't reached the end of the first quarter. Oh, the shot clock hadn't reset. Good spot by referee Unsworth on the baseline. It's down to 3, so for some reason it hadn't gone back to 24 at the beginning. So now they have to work out, well, do we tick the time back down? How many seconds have we lost during that period? And referee says 6 we'd lost, so there's 18 on the offense for Guildford.
Okay.
The scores are 25-26.
There's McLemore on the far side to Martin. Back to McLemore in the corner for three, a little long. Copeland almost got there, but it was tipped away from him and ended up in the hands of Jones.
It looked like Worcester went to a 1-2-2 zone that time. Guildford was able to get a good look from the three-point line in the corner.
Prezzie-Blue gets another one to go.
Three in a row.
6 in total for his team. 6 of 8 in this first quarter.
Oh my goodness, Worcester shooting the lights out. Prezzie-Blue has found his stroke, and when a player like him has been struggling, you don't want to let him get going because you could be in for a long night.
Joseph going to work. Good strong move from Julius. He needed a little help from the ring as it rolled round, and David Watts is a bit slow to his feet. Don't know if he just might have twisted his ankle there as he landed. Couldn't quite see with all the bodies in there, but he's slow back to his feet.
7 points for Heat's leading scorer.
I think he's going to have to be substituted out of the game here, Watts. Let's see if we can see on this replay what happened. He goes up and just, well, he can only have rolled it himself. It didn't look like there was anybody else in there.
No, it didn't look like he could come down on anyone's foot. I'm not a big fan of those low-cut sneakers that the players play in these days. I know I'm a bit old school, Dan, but at least with the high tops, you have less chance of twisting your ankle.
High tops and 2 braces underneath, that's me.
Exactly. 2 pair of socks as well.
Yeah. Prezzie-Blue, that's an offensive foul on the Guildford there.
Alex Dominicus, 33, big fella's a space eater. He can finish around the basket, Alex, and also he's not a bad defender down low.
Just chasing the screen. It's always the guy should just leave him. If you don't get the screen, it's not your fault, it's the guy with the board's fault. Guildford 27, Worcester 29 with 30 seconds from halftime.
Worcester's in a 2-3 zone here. They're giving up the outside three-pointer, banking on getting the rebound and seeing what they can do in transition. Here's Prezzie-Blue.
On to Jones. Gordon with the trail. Gordon with the shot that doesn't go, and it's an easy rebound from Copeland, and they can take the final shot here.
Well, I think Gordon's settling a bit for those jump shots. With the size of the Guildford team that's on the floor, he can wreak havoc inside the paint, but he's settling for jump shots.
Martin shot off the back of the ring. There's 2 seconds left. Prezzie-Blue to Jones. Got to get it up. Did he get it off in time?
Yes, he did.
Referees say yes, he did. And that one will go. And what a first quarter we've had here in Surrey. 27-31, a load of points, Mike.
And a fantastic last 2 points by the Worcester Wolves. Callum Jones comes in and runs the floor. Him and Fernandez plug all the gaps for the Worcester Wolves and do all the little things that you don't get very much credit for.
It's good to know that something's around when you need it. Local pizza. Hello. Local minicab. Hello. Local spy. Hello. Local bloke who shouts at ducks. Oh, ducks! Local solicitor. Hello. Unbelievable. Or local broadband company. PlusNet's customer support is right here in the UK, and it's always open. PlusNet, good honest broadband from Yorkshire. Available nationwide.
Fine Scotch whiskies, great on their own. But at Bell's we blend them together into something more magical.
Comet, an 8-gig iPod Touch is now only $149. And this Panasonic 42-inch TV is only $399. And this Asus laptop with 4 gig of memory is only $299. So visit our stores or go online. Come and play at Comet.
Acqua di Gio. Giorgio Armani.
Someone's happy. It's a soda stream.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
At littlewoods.com, you can spread the cost interest-free. And this week, it's up to half price on hundreds of big brand electricals.
Its design inspires, its power impresses, it's thin, light and built without compromise. But mostly, it acts like my personal assistant on set. Unlike my real assistant, who isn't quite as thin, light or powerful.
He's right there, isn't he?
Get the all-new Dell XPS 14Z, powered by the second-gen Intel Core processor family. Not just smart, visibly smart.
In my new DVD, Powered Up, there is plenty of raw animal power. Yay! Come on! There's a raging bull, a pair of prancing horses, and a beast called Brutus. Powered Up, out now on DVD.
This is Sainsbury's celebrated Blanc de Blanc champagne, and right now there's a third off this and a selection of other fantastic wines at Sainsbury's. There you go. Now that's what you call a giant saving. Cheers, big boy. Sainsbury's, bringing you all of the ingredients for a show-stopping Christmas.
With 6 airports to depart from and flights from only £749 when you book by the 22nd of January, there's nothing like flying to Australia with Emirates.
There are no easy games. There are no easy rounds. In this tournament, it's 100%. All the time. But that's what you'd expect from the Heineken Cup. 10 live games this weekend. Coverage sponsored by Hamlin Insurance. Sky Sports HD.
Welcome back to the Surrey Sports Park, where we had a fantastic first 10 minutes. Guildford Heat with 27 points on the board. Ordinarily, that means you'd be in the lead at the end of the first quarter, but they're 4 points down.
Well, Worcester Wolves have put up 31 points on the board themselves, and 18 of those 31 points have come from behind the three-point arc.
Heat will get us underway with the second quarter. Oh, it's right through the hands of Ogundenbe. I think he was thinking about what he was going to do with it before he caught it.
Well, it looks like Worcester's going to stay in that 2-3 zone, probably save some of their legs, and Ogundenbe looked like he was trying to assess the defense to see what they were in.
Well, pressure up court, and they just can't get the ball into Prezzie-Blue. Credit to my guy for knocking it loose twice.
Yeah, I had a look at Albert Margai this summer at one of my trials, and he looks to be a very serviceable backup point guard. This is his first year playing in the BBL. I've seen Guildford play a couple of times this season. I've been impressed with his actual maturity on court. He's very patient, he's a good ball handler, and he gets to the basket.
And of course, with Lasker, really more of a two-guard. You like to play him in that off-guard position. You need Margai to come in and give you good minutes.
Absolutely, and he was doing that before Lasker got here. Now, if those two can create some chemistry in the backcourt, it might not be a bad idea.
Martin into Joseph. Gordon just, well, I think he lost his footing. He went for the steal and then kind of fell on Julius Joseph. He'll be called for the foul.
Absolutely, but the game that the two teams are playing couldn't be more in contrast. We got 6'4" Julius Joseph down low posting up, and on the other end we got 6'9" Richie Gordon shooting 18-footers.
Sideline ball to the Heat. Still looking for our first score of this second quarter. And the horn went because they were waiting for a substitution to bring Kozlowskis back in, but the ball was already in play, so it continues. Only the referees can stop the game.
Well, Guildford looks like they're having a few problems against this 2-3 zone.
Jones pulls in the rebound.
And Worcester's rebounding the ball really well.
Prezzie-Blue, he wasn't aiming for Gordon, but it got there. Does he get an assist for that?
I hope so. And that's the finesse game of Gordon. He can rise above the rim and throw it down with two hands, or he has a nice soft touch and nice floaters as well in the lane.
Ogundengbe on the far side. Back to my guy up top. Shot clock down to 6.
Guildford's offense looks a bit stagnated against this 2-3 zone, but they are doing the right thing by trying to attack the middle.
Rebound Prezzie-Blue. Off and running. 3-on-2 here. Gets it to Freeman with the pull-up 3. And it's tipped loose, but Jones comes down with it. Prezzie-Blue again from behind the arc. No, first one he's missed in the game.
And that one was halfway down and came back out. I'm sure he felt that one going in.
Copeland fires up the jump shot, not quite. Good offensive boards from Julius Joseph with the step back.
Well, Julius Joseph, who normally makes his living behind the three-point line, is in there offensive rebounding, posting up, and getting to the basket. You got to love the energy from the veteran.
Prezzie-Blue has Freeman running up to the top of the key, bouncing it into Gordon, and he and Copeland fighting for position, and defenders usually lose that argument when the official blows his whistle.
Absolutely. That's an excellent play. They run to get Copeland positioned down low. It looks as if Copeland's going to screen for the shooter, but the shooter actually screens his man, and he seals and gets positioned for a nice, easy 2.
Well, Coach Raftopoulos just having a quick word with the official. Thumbs up from the ref as he runs back, and we're ready to go. Heat trailing the Wolves by 4 here in Guildford. Freeman forces one a little bit. Thought he's claiming he got his arm caught there.
Well, I think he was looking for a foul from the official, but it's a bit of home cooking in Guildford, obviously. Freeman has to keep his head in the game.
Copeland short on that shot from the corner, and because it was so early in the offense, there was nobody there for Guildford to be able to pull in an offensive board. Callum Jones drives past Ogundengbe, dumps it off to Zimnikas inside, and he lays it in for 2.
There's Dominicus. He hangs around the basket. Excellent screen setter. If you get him the ball under the basket, he can put it in.
Joseph to Martin. Jones chasing after it, knocks it loose. Just recovered by Martin, but shot clock down to 4. Got to go quick. Lasker under pressure. What a shot from Lasker.
Well, Andrew Lasker, give him the ball, he can get you a bucket. But I'm glad that I'm sure that Worcester's happy about the shots that Guildford is taking. If they keep taking those type of shots, I'm sure they'd appreciate it for the rest of the game.
Jones in the lane, has it not loose by Martin. Martin comes up with it. Lasker off and running because Lasker is chasing him back. Lasker hard to the hole, and there was only one winner in that battle, and that was Drew Lasker. Will go to the line for a bonus.
Well, Drew Lasker getting to the basket in transition. The players who play his own position have problems keeping up with us. So, you know, the guy from Worcester didn't have a chance.
Yeah, give Kozlowski's credit. He ran hard, but having got there, he was always going to struggle to get his body in a position to do anything other than foul.
Absolutely. With a little guy like that, you just got to keep your hands straight up and make him shoot over you. If he makes it, you got to take it on the chin.
Well, it's a 2-point Worcester lead, and it has a chance of cutting down to 1 here. Timeout in the ball game, but certainly you were talking about the defensive switch that Worcester have made. Guildford gave them a lot of trouble against the man-to-man. They've struggled a bit against the zone. He does have this little stutter almost, where he goes up and then comes back down, and Kozlowski didn't buy it that time, but it didn't matter, it went in.
Well, that one looked pretty fluid to me. There was no mistakes about what he was going to do. Kozlowski's have to be a bit more patient with his box out.
Gordon round to Jones on the far side. Here's Kozlowski's trying to find some space, and Durant is going to be called for the foul. I think that might be his 3rd.
Well, I don't really like the idea of Durant trying to guard Kozlowskis on the 3-point line. Durant's used to playing free throw line and in. He's out of his comfort zone when he's that far away from the basket. One dribble to attack the basket, and it's a foul on a big fella because his foot speed.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because you look at a guy like Kozlowskis, he's 6'9", 6'10", big body in there, so you would naturally want to put Durant on match size with size, but he's a 3-point shooter.
Absolutely. Me, myself, I would have had Copeland guarding him, and or Mike Martin guarding him.
Oh, Martin jumps off Kozlowskis. What a mistake. Don't leave the 3-point shooter.
When are you going to learn? Is that his 3rd 3-pointer of the first half? The big guy can shoot.
Well, he's leading all scorers now with 11. And as Mike points out, 3 from behind the arc for the big man. Shot clock getting low here on the Heat. Lasker bouncing it in. Copeland from the foul line. Just can't get it to go. An easy rebound for Kozlauskas.
No, that 2-3 zone is causing Guildford a lot of problems. They aren't getting very much
Gordon inside, jams it down. Great pass from Tommy Friedemann to find him.
Well, that's what I'm used to seeing the big fella do. Throw it down, big fella. Give it to him on the move, right to the basket, and it's no finesse in that move. He's dunking it every time when he's that close.
Worcester now out to 6 with this lead, midway through the second quarter. McLemore for 3 hits, big shot from Martel McLemore.
McLemore took a shot, the only shot that Worcester gave them, a good 3 feet behind the 3-point line. I think they need to get some penetration against that 2-3 zone. It looks like they're just passing the ball around on the perimeter.
Freeman drives in, fires it up, and I think it'll be a blocking foul on Teo. We'll just check what the referee signals here. Yeah, it is on Teo Ogundengi.
Freeman is tricky. He shows you the ball. You have to respect his shot. You get too close, he can drive past you, draw the foul. He's not afraid of contact, and he's a really good free throw shooter as well.
Just a few ticks under 80% from this distance on the season, Tommy Freeman, as he makes the first.
Well, I was watching this kid shoot before the game, and he can create his own shot. He can catch and shoot, and that's tough when you're a shooter. Normally, a shooter can do one or the other. He can do both, and he can put the ball on the floor and get to the basket.
He makes them both there. And there will be a substitution which will bring Fernandez back into the game. Freeman up to 6 now.
I like the way Coach Paul James rotates Fernandez and Callum Jones. They both are similar players, getting to the basket, and both do little things to make their team win.
Lasker head fakes the 3, driving through, gets it over to McLemore. That one's short, comes out, but Mike Martin is first to it. He fires it back up and knocks it down for 2. Fernandez off and running. Fernandez had Gordon with him. In the end, he goes all the way along the baseline, has it knocked away, but illegally so by Martel McLemore.
I like the patience by Fernandez. He probed and he probed and he probed, and he got into the lane. He didn't like what he saw, and he tried to bring it back out and was fouled on his way.
Well, Richie Gordon was pointing to the ring. He wanted him to throw an alley-oop, but he knew it was a bit of a risky pass, so he decided against it. And on this reach round, he spins back the other way, and even if you get the ball there, the referees are looking for that sort of reach.
Yeah, that's bad defense, trying to smack from behind. The referee's going to call that 9 times.
Kozlauskas again! Oh, my goodness!
Big fella is on fire. Somebody call the fire department, please. Is that his 4th three-pointer or the first half?
It is. 4th from behind the arc from big Arnas Kozlauskas. He is 4 of 5. Martin into McLemore. Good dish to Ogundengi, blocked by Kozlauskas, but finished off by Mike Copeland. And that's his first points for the Guildford Heat.
Looks like Guildford's playing against a 2-3 zone is to throw it up on the backboard and rebound our misses and put them back in.
Gordon with a nice post move.
That's a nice move. If you allow him to get 2 dribbles without any help in the defense, from the perimeter guys, he's going to get his position. He's going to score 9 times out of 10.
Ogundengi driving through, fires it up off the back of the ring. Rebound Fernandez. Prezzie-Blue forward to Fernandez. Fernandez sees a lane, tries to fill it, knocked away by McLemore. Last touch by Fernandez. Looked like an easy lay-in, but good defense, good hands to knock it loose.
Yeah, that was good defense, but the Guildford are giving up too many driving lanes in transition. It opened up like the Red Sea there, and Fernandez tried to take advantage of it.
Quite a few Worcester fans in the house as well. They're pleased with the game as it stands right now. Their team leads by 6, just over 3 to play here in the first half. Lasker penetrating, and you've got to you've got to be quick on reaction because Drew Lasker makes that first step lightning pace.
Absolutely, and Drew Lasker must have got my memo about penetration against that zone, because once you penetrate and the other guys step up, it's easy drop-offs for your bigs to catch and finish.
Ogundengbe to Martin. McLemore at the foul line has it knocked away and is called for a traveling violation.
That's good defense. Worcester Wolves crowd the ball when they got it into the middle, and you can't go 1 against 3.
And here's another look. Now watch, Kozlowski's just sort of reaches in. Now my take was Kozlowski's sort of knocked that away. The look on Kozlowski's face was almost as if, oh, we got a call there. Certainly Coach Raftopoulos wasn't too pleased, and he got a warning. No more chat from the official.
Absolutely. Normally they don't let us big guys stick our hands in there like that. Oh, here's a nice trap by Guildford at the half-court line. Great pass.
Oh, great recovery from Copeland. He was part of the try. Let's come all the way back across court to steal that one.
Well, that was a great plan out of the timeout by Coach Raftopoulos, the half-court trap.
It's amazing how a good defensive play pumps you up for an offensive play. Here's the steal first of all, and it gets them 3 points at the other end from the same player.
Absolutely. Mike Copeland looks like he did develop that three-point line over the summer, but once again, Richie Gordon inside for an easy 2.
Ogundengbe on the far side. Martin comes up top. McLemore at the free throw line, comes out to Lasker from behind the arc, hits all stream from Drew Lasker, consecutive threes for the Guildford Heat has cut this lead down to 2.
Well, Andrew Lasker is a bundle of energy. We know he can get to the basket, especially in transition, but if he starts making three-point shots, you could be in for a long night.
Freeman to reply for 3, doesn't go. Martin with the rebound, and with 100 seconds to go in the first half, Guildford can tie. Oh, Copeland's wide open.
And he had a mouse on him as well with Prezzie-Blue.
Bounced in towards Martin. Finds Copeland underneath. Copeland to tie, it misses. Somehow it bobbled out. He hasn't quite got that home court roll yet.
I was going to say, those rims do look a little bit tight, but big fella got to stay with it. You keep getting looks like that all night, you know they're going to start going down.
Freeman to Fernandez. Prezzie-Blue, little stop and go. Fernandez driving in, out to Freeman, shot clock getting low. Freeman fires up the runner, tough shot.
Oh, I love it when the little guys shoot the runner off of the one leg, especially if they drive past the big and another one step up, they shoot a nice little teardrop. Oh, it's so frustrating for us big guys.
Julius Joseph's going to check back into the game for the final 53 seconds of this first half. Mike Copeland will sit down.
4 points to the difference, last minute in the first half.
Here we go then. Joseph to inbound to Lasker, who gets the clock ticking. Martin into Joseph. McLemore on the far side, driving, spinning, goes to the hole, doesn't quite drop, tipped, not quite in, but tipped up underneath by Ogundengbe, and he is fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Absolutely. I think the size of the Heat is causing the Worcester Wolves all types of problems. They have been consistent crashing the offensive glass. There Teo Ogundengbe is again with all that energy climbing all over the offensive glass, creating a foul against the Worcester Wolves.
Well, a timeout has been called by Paul James here, his side leading 51-47. And I'm sure this is just about running a good play here, trying to take some time off the clock. Guildford are going to be, Guildford are going to be able to come back with an offense the other way, so he'll want to make sure they get a good score and go into the half with the lead.
Absolutely. I think that Coach Raftopoulos isn't, overly excited about the way they played against the zone. But, I mean, Worcester Wolves have started off to a blistering start this season. To be within 4 points at halftime, I'm not sure if they can play at this pace for the second half, with it being their 3rd game in 6 days.
Well, it is a long run, of course. And the other thing to bear in mind is you've got to, if you can keep putting points on the board, Worcester don't average, neither of these teams average a lot. That's why it's a bit surprising. I came here, I was expecting slightly lower score, and we've got best part of 100 on the board before halftime.
Yeah, you got to love the high scoring. Only thing is, can Worcester keep it up?
Back in. Now, they've actually given an end-line possession to Guildford, but Ogundengi was actually tipping that back in. So
absolutely,
Guildford are making the argument he should get 2 shots. I think he should.
I think he should get 2 shots as well. It's a no-brainer. He was tipping the ball, the offensive rebound in. The referees got it right.
Well, they had a conversation about it and then decided it was an act of shooting, so therefore he will get 2 free throws.
It's good job by the boys in blue. I like it when they work as a team as well and talk to each other about calls.
Teo Ogundengi makes the first. Just 3 points for him. He was averaging 18 points a game in the early part of the season. And that one rattles in. 2-point lead, 35 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, Guildford will get the last shot of the half. The thing is, can they stop Worcester Wolves on this possession? Very big possession for Guildford right here defensively.
Prezzie-Blue. Dumps off to Kozlowski, back to Prezzie-Blue. Long 2, doesn't quite go. Pulled in by McLemore, and with the final offense of this first half, Guildford can tie or maybe even take the lead.
Well, let's see what they do against a 2-3 zone with 5 seconds left. See if Andrew Lasker tries to get some penetration.
He does. It's a long way short on his shot, but what an excellent first half of basketball here in Guildford. The Heat trailing the Wolves by 2 might do 100 points on the board. These fans have had their money's worth in this first half.
Absolutely. We didn't anticipate 100 points in the first half from these 2 teams. Like I said, 3rd game in 6 days. I know I sound like a broken record, but we'll see what the last 20 minutes of the game will bring for the Worcester Wolves.
Well, a brilliant first 20 minutes. We hope for more of the same after this break.
Guess who's the new face of the Fair Safe Summer Sale? Got talent spotted by the manager.
What talent did he spot?
Standing still.
The Cafe, Wednesday at 9 on Sky One HD.
Kia, inspired by what you like. Join us on Facebook. Kia, the power to surprise.
This Tuesday, buy any medium or large pizza from Domino's and we'll deliver you another pizza absolutely free. Domino's 2 for Tuesdays, giving them away.
Can you drink Captain Morgan's spiced and cola while building a model ship that serves your friends? Yes, you can.
I love Italy. I'm not an actress. I just play one of the movies. I do all my own stunts, even the lovemaking. I like my lips for kissing. Oh, I'm not looking for a million things, just that one perfect thing. Love. That's the one. Dolce & Gabbana, the one.
Why not try from specially selected grapes, crafted by a chef de cave, matured for at least 24 months, gold medal winning, delicious finest Premier Cru champagne. When you open your Prezzies on the big day. Tesco, every little helps.
Give a little gift that could get bigger. Buy a Christmas scratch card from the National Lottery today.
It's all happening at Autosport International. Come and see Britain's latest F1 sensation, Paul di Resta, alongside pundit David Coulthard and me, Alan McNish, with a whole host of other motorsport stars at the NEC Birmingham on the 14th and 15th of January. Get close to an array of F1 cars on the grid, watch exclusive interviews on the Autosport stage and experience racing in the live action arena. Book your tickets today online at autosportinternational.com or call 0844 581 1401.
Dolce & Gabbana, the one, the fragrance for men.
Welcome back to Guildford, where the hometown Heat trailing the Worcester Wolves by a couple of points here in this basketball game. And Guildford coach Kriam Raftopoulos with the pink shoes on there. He lost his mother in the summer, unfortunately passed away to breast cancer. He's wearing the pink shoes this season. He's going to auction them off at the end of the season and raise money to breast cancer awareness. And all our condolences to Krion, and it's a tremendous cause, Mike.
Absolutely. Our condolences go out to Krion and his family. And like you said, it is a tremendous cause.
Well, very much focused on the basketball now, Krion, as the clock gets to 0 for the end of half-time, and 10 minutes appear, we're ready to go. It will be the Worcester Wolves who get us underway here in the third quarter. They lead by 2.
Well, we'll see if Worcester can shoot the ball like they did the first half, Dan. 8 out of 12 from the three-point line is outstanding.
Stolen away by Ogundenbi. Wasn't a great pass, and that will be a foul as Prezzie-Blue raced back. Wasn't a great pass by Kozlowskis there. Left Prezzie-Blue with a lot to do. And it'll be 2 free throws for Teo Ogundenbi.
No, well, Worcester haven't turned the ball over very many times the first half with only 6 turnovers the first half, but it seems that every time they do, the Guildford Heat are making them pay in transition with either an easy bucket or getting to the free throw line.
Well, Teo Ogundenbi makes the first. A chance now to level the match at 51 on the opening play of the second half.
Daniel, I think one stat that really stuck out to me was the Guildford Heat's 9 offensive rebounds. If Wolves want to have any chance of winning this game, they're going to have to rebound the ball better against Guildford Heat.
Prezzie-Blue round the screen from Gordon. Towed the line. That's only worth 2. It doesn't go. Can Kozlowskis beat the ball to the sideline? No is the answer to that.
And that guy was brave for catching that ball because Kozlowskis was running at him full speed.
Yeah, you wouldn't want the big fella diving at you.
Oh, no.
Lasker. Ndengbi. Copeland wants it down low. It comes up to the three-point line to get it. Lasker fakes it. It drives through. Dumps off to Copeland. Copeland loses the ball behind his back. Thrown down the lane and deflected away. It will be a Guildford ball. Shot clock holding at 3.
3 seconds on the shot clock, and there isn't very much penetration once again against this 2-3 zone from the Guildford Heat. They seem to be moving the ball around the perimeter. Even though everyone's touching it, it doesn't seem to be doing much good against this 2-3 zone.
Lobbed into Martin. Does he see the shot clock? Lasker does. He throws it up on the buzzer. Great job from Lasker just to get it off. I don't think Martin saw it. Prezzie-Blue running hard to keep that one in bounds. Freeman was open for a moment in the far corner, but they go inside to Gordon. Not quite enough on his little fall away.
Yeah, he had awesome position that time. He chose to shoot a fall away instead of attacking the basket. But like I said, he has all of that in his repertoire.
Broken up by the kick of Richie Gordon, which would reset the shot clock, but it was on 14 anyway. What do you make of that change in the rule in the shot clock where it only resets to 14 now, Mike? Been playing a month or 2. Have you noticed any difference?
Not really. I haven't really noticed much difference. If it's over 14, obviously you stay at the time that you're at. If it's under 14, it's a foul. It does speed the game up a bit.
Copeland hits a 3 in the corner here. It does speed the game up a little bit as we have another look at that one. But it's perhaps not in a way that is as noticeable as we might have thought, losing 10 seconds.
No, I don't think so at all.
Heat in the lead now after that shot. Fernandez drives in, pulls up from 17 feet all string.
Well, Fernandez has a good stroke from 16 to 17 feet, even though he's not an outstanding three-point shot. One step inside that line, then he can make that shot consistently.
Oh, almost stolen away by Prezzie-Blue. It's saved though, and Ogundenbi is short on the three because Lauskas has it knocked loose, and Copeland pulls it in.
Well, we have Ogundenbi setting the offense now for Guildford over to Lasker. We'll see what the Guildford Heat is going to do this time against the 2-3 zone.
Copeland skips it around to McLemore for three. That's a little bit short this time because Lauskas gets two hands on the ball.
I think Guildford are playing right into the hands of the Worcester Wolves by launching from outside. And there's an easy two inside by Richie Gordon with a nice seal down low.
Yeah, great position from Gordon and a super bounce pass from the angle from Tommy Freeman to give him the easy lane. McLemore. Still McLemore, hands over to Copeland. Down to 6 on the shot clock. And foul is called on Tommy Freeman. Paul James less than impressed.
I think that McLemore has the right idea. I think he's starting to recognize the driving lanes against the 2-3 zone. And he and Andrew Lasker with the lineup that's on the floor, I think those two are the ones that are capable of getting in those driving lanes.
Copeland to Martin. Across to McLemore. Martin again, driving through. McLemore with 4 on the shot clock, gets it off. Gordon pulls in the rebound, throws it out.
Great outlet by Richie Gordon. Good rebound. Prezzie-Blue ran the floor. Gordon found him quickly for the nice outlet and the easy two in transition.
Prezzie-Blue is up to 10 now, having done much of his work from behind the arc in the first half.
That's the penetration that we need for kicks like that for nice shots.
McLemore knocks it down.
Excellent penetration by Lasker that time. That's what I've been harping on all game since they've gone to this 2-3 zone. You have to get some penetration. If you can't get an easy dump down to the big guys, you will get a good look outside from the perimeter.
Tied at 57, 4 minutes into the second half. Sherrad Prezzie-Blue for the Worcester Wolves crosses the halfway line, gets it on to Fernandez. Gordon comes up high. Freeman on the near side. Prezzie-Blue, it's off his chest. He saves it to Freeman. Good hustle. Shot clock down to 6. Kozlauskas got to shoot now. It's down to 3. Kozlauskas. Oh, and a foul is called on the floor.
No.
And with 2 on the shot clock, that would drive you nuts as a coach.
It would drive you nuts, but Kozlauskas is tricky out there. You got to keep a hand up on his shot, and you still have to be ready to move your feet because he can dribble the ball once or twice and get into other positions, but obviously he wants to shoot the three-point shot first.
Huge three-pointer from Prezzie-Blue that is off the mark, and they're out and running again. Ogundenbi McLemore, sorry, is blocked. Rebound by Sherrad Prezzie-Blue. And that's out of bounds. Guildford will get it back.
Yeah, Coach Paul James is telling his team just to relax and calm down. There's nothing wrong with probing to see if you can find anything, but if there's nothing there, bring it back out and run your offense.
Lasker onto Ogundenbi. Almost stolen away, is stolen away by Prezzie-Blue, and that will be an unsportsmanlike foul on Drew Lasker. Last man back. If you come in from the side or behind, it's always an unsportsmanlike.
Excellent defense by Prezzie-Blue. I think that Worcester Wolves are giving Guildford Heat all they can handle with this 2-3 zone, and until they figure it out, I wouldn't come out of it either.
Just got him on the shoulder, and if there's no other defender back, it's always going to be called an unsportsmanlike foul and be punished with 2 free throws and possession of the ball. And with the way the rule is these days, it almost says just let him run a layup back.
Absolutely, absolutely. The thing about it is you want to keep Prezzie-Blue off of the line. He's been struggling his last 3 or 4 games. If you let him get to the line, that's normally when he does a lot of his damage. Obviously, he's shooting the ball well today, but generally, you want to keep Prezzie-Blue and Freeman off the free throw line.
Ogundenbi going to the bench. Prezzie-Blue just calling a play.
Good communication on defense by Martell McLemore.
Rearranged shot from Freeman. Ball comes out to Lasker. Lasker pushing against Prezzie-Blue. Lasker going to the hole. Blocked on the way down by Richie Gordon. That'll be a goaltend.
Ooh, I don't know about that. That looks like a good block to me, but I know it's excellent hustle from the big fella to try and stop Lasker in transition, because he's all you can handle and some.
Shot blockers union there, I think. That looked like a goaltend from where I'm sat, right next to Mike New, but these big guys always want to credit the block.
Yeah, it looked like a good block to me. There he is.
Freeman down to Gordon. Copeland sizing him up defensively. Great spin, long athletic, tipped away though by Mike Martin. Here comes Lasker on the break. Lasker spins, throws it out, and the foul is called.
Andrew Lasker in transition is fantastic. That time he looked for the pass out, but he gets so deep into the lane that he can really pick his poison, really. And he can shoot the shot or he can kick it out to his shooters.
And an important foul drawn there, because that is the 4th personal foul on Richie Gordon, and he will go to the bench. 11 points, he's a big presence, as we've talked about, trying to block his shots and rebounds. That's a big hole in the team.
Absolutely. I think that the Worcester Wolves have enough offense to get it done, but he is the backbone of their defense. He protects their rim and get most of their rebounds.
And you just wonder, as Zimnikas has come in for him, if Richie Gordon's on the court, I don't think Mike Morton gets that rebound and stick back.
Absolutely not. I don't think that he would get it, but like I said at the beginning of the half, Guildford Heat is giving Worcester all they can handle on the offensive boards. If Worcester have any chance of winning this game, they got to start boxing out and grabbing those defensive rebounds.
Paul James just getting a warning from the table. I'm not sure whether it was him or his bench, but whatever, that said no more chat. And there's another offensive rebound. This time Julius Joseph pulls it in. Gordon sits down, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 fouls.
Absolutely, but I love the role that Julius Joseph has come in to play in this game. He was 3 for 3 the first half with no turnovers and 4 rebounds. He's come in now with 5 minutes left on the clock, and he's got himself to the free throw line with an offensive rebound immediately.
And he knocks that first one down. And this game has shifted momentum towards the Heat in the last minute or so. And the lead has jumped out to 5.
And I think there's still a lot more to come. I think that Andrew Lasker is bubbling over, ready to get in transition. And the Heat, the Worcester Wolves are looking just a bit sluggish and lost without Richie Gordon on the court.
Fired up for 3 and hits again. Sherrad Prezzie-Blue was excellent from that distance, but in the first half, his first 3 of the second half.
Well, if there's anybody that can carry a team offensively, it's Sherrad Prezzie-Blue. He did it against my MK Lions team last year.
Offensive foul on Julius Joseph as he span into Kozlauskas.
Excellent defense by Kozlauskas. That's Julius Joseph's bread and butter move, the spin move back to the middle. Anybody that plays against him knows about it. Kozlauskas guessed right that time and drew the offensive foul.
Prezzie-Blue to Freeman. Fernandez now just got a little bit of space for a second. Here's Freeman driving past McLemore, got bumped as well. Circus shot won't count for him, and Kozlauskas has gone down in a heap. Didn't see what happened to him, but Kozlauskas is punching the ground. He looks in a bit of pain. He has a glance across. Here's another look at the foul. Just a little bump there. Not quite sure what happened to Kozlauskas.
I'm not sure. He looks like he may have a dislocated finger or something or another, because he's keeping his fist balled up in one hand. So hopefully he's okay.
Let's see. There he is at the top of the zone. Oh, he got cheap shotted by was it McLemore or Martin? It's Martin, isn't it?
That was Mike Martin with a little chicken wing for for the big fella. Take that one with you from Guildford.
No wonder he was looking back across the court, not very pleased, Kozlauskas.
Wow.
Tough shot from Freeman, which he hits. Hand in his face, but he knocks it down.
I'll tell you, Freeman can shoot it with the catch and shoot and off of the dribble. You got to have somebody showing on those screens. If he gets a good look, he can do that all day.
Well, the Wolves were 5 down a few moments ago. They're now 1 up with 6 in a hurry.
Well, I wasn't sure if Worcester had enough gas left in the tank to be able to score like this the second half, but they've been doing a good job so
Shot
far.
clock, got to fire it up. McLemore does, and he hits it. Goes in for 3. And now Joseph is on the floor, and sportsmanlike foul. Is that Kozlowski's trying to get some rough justice? Didn't see what happened. Here's the 3 going up. And that goes in, and can't really see on that replay
no, not at all.
what happened, but I can only assume that Kozlowski's unhappy at the treatment he got at the other end from Mike Martin, wanted some revenge.
Absolutely, and you know the referees always see the second time.
15. He's boxing him out there. Oh, and he just
nice
jumped
elbow.
across and banged into Julius Joseph, and is called for an unsportsmanlike foul.
Yeah, that elbow was high. I think he pork chopped Julius Joseph right across the throat.
And Joseph has a word to say to Kozlowskis. And this game in danger of getting a little ugly here.
Well, Coach Raptopoulos has the right idea. He puts his bruiser back in Sean Durant. And Sean Durant can play this type of game or finesse game. Well, on the other end.
Here's Joseph, look, he got up to referee right in the way there, and Joseph being calmed down by the official. But I don't know that Joseph would know about what Kozlowski's got at the other end.
I doubt if he does. But the referees always see the second one. They rarely see the first one. They rarely see the first hit, always the second one.
Well, Mike Martin has gone to the bench. I don't know if that was a move by Creon to try and diffuse the situation a little bit.
Well, he can diffuse it and he can spark it as well, putting Durant in, because that's Durant's game. He's a banger, he's a space eater, and he can definitely play the rough and tumble type of game if that's what Kozlowskis wants to do.
And of course, with Gordon on the bench, they can't afford Kozlowskis to lose his head. He's now their big presence inside.
Absolutely, but Kozlowskis is a wily veteran. He knows what he's doing. Great pass.
And laid in by Copeland for 2. And this game is just going backwards and forwards. It was a 5-point lead, then it was 1 point the other way, now it's a 6-point lead.
Yeah, but I love the energy that Guildford is playing with. They've picked it up. Nice pass from Kozlowskis.
Freeman from miles out off the back of the ring, still might go. And Zimnikas going after the rebound is called for the foul. And I think that's going to be his fourth.
Worcester's running out of big guys. I think Paul James is going to go for it right now by putting Richie Gordon back in the game. I think he can feel the game slipping away from him a little bit and the momentum going with the Guildford Heat. And he's trying to get his main guys back in to sort of sustain this run that Guildford's trying to put on them.
Well, it's a roll of the dice by Paul James with 12:40 still to play. He's put Richie Gordon back in the game, who's on 4 fouls. And Richie is a shot blocker, so if they penetrate the lane, he's going to go after it.
He will go after it, the young fella, he will, but we'll see if he has any discipline about his game right now, because with 4 fouls and 12 minutes left to play, you have to be smart on defense.
Copeland rattles in the second, and there's a 7-point lead now for Guildford.
I just like the energy that the Guildford team is playing with.
Well, here's the thing, they're taking Gordon back out of the game for what? The clock never ran, so technically Gordon shouldn't be allowed to come out. The clock must run a second before you can sub a guy back out. Well, that was missed, and he's back on the bench without committing a foul. Prezzie-Blue to the hole, turned the corner, kept on going.
Nice move by Prezzie-Blue with a soft 2, with a nice 2 soft off the glass.
Good hands from Kozlowskis to knock it up. McLemore is blocked from behind by Jones, but illegally so, and it will be 2 free throws for Martel McLemore.
So Guildford's being very aggressive. They're attacking the rim. They're getting to the free throw line. They're playing with a lot of energy. This doesn't hold well for the Worcester Wolves. They'll have to find some energy from somewhere if they want to have a chance to win this game.
Great pass from Lasker there to find McLemore going to the hole. And he knocks down that shot, and 8 points is the biggest lead of the game for the Heat.
To the
Makes them both. And an important couple of minutes here for the Worcester Wolves to hang in before the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Worcester has gone to his bench. Its main gun is out. Let's see if they can execute their offense this last 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Prezzie-Blue was fouled before he got the shot off. So the three-point shot doesn't count. And you see the foul is just there on the reach. And even though he did make the shot, it won't count. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws instead.
I've been really impressed with Prezzie-Blue this season. He's taken the Worcester Wolves team and he's led them to a good start. Obviously, his last 2 or 3 games, he's been struggling, but hey, he's a shooter and he's a scorer. He's very confident, and I like the way he controls his team.
He makes both of those free throws, gets an applause from his coach. Worcester still 6 points behind with 2 minutes to go here in the third.
Winning the score is 73-68. There it is.
Joseph from behind the arc doesn't quite go, and Jones comes and pulls in the rebound.
You must
Jones
stop the ball.
To Watts,
oh, no.
Open for 3, not quite. Lasker. McLemore dumps it down to Ogundengbi, and just they missed him on the baseline.
Absolutely. Worcester looks like they're running out of gas. They need to get some good execution right here on this end. Excellent hustle.
Great hustle. He might have hurt himself there. No, McLemore straight back to his feet. Stolen away by Prezzie-Blue.
Great hustle by
Prezzie-Blue is running
Prezzie-Blue.
hard and lays it in. Great hustle both
ways. That's right. Excellent steal by Prezzie-Blue. Excellent steal by McLemore, diving into the signs on side of the court. Just great basketball by both guys.
Coming in and pulling it away and then racing back for 2 points that his team desperately needed. Inside the final minute, 75-70 the score. Lasker with the jump shot. He's good for 2.
Andrew Lasker plays to his strengths. He plays with energy, he gets out in transition, and he has a nice mid-range jump shot.
17 points now for him, batted only by McLemore on his team.
Oh, wait, missed the back door by Prezzie-Blue.
Because Lasker stumps it off to Jones. I think he thought Jones was going to the hole, but it wasn't. Stolen away, though, by Freeman. Jones will go to the hole this time. Finger rolls it in for 2.
Gotta love Callum Jones and Fernandez. Those 2 guys do all the little things to keep Worcester Wolves ticking over.
Well, it's been a frantic ball game, this, and it shows no sign of stopping. It looked for a minute there like the Wolves might get away, then the Heat might get away, and now the Heat are back up 5, but the Wolves have found some momentum again. It's a fantastic game of basketball.
Yeah.
Certainly trying to shorten this 17 seconds. Blocking foul is called against Jones, and well, that wasn't option number 1 out of the timeout, was it?
Absolutely not. The first thing Callum Jones needs to do is step on the sideline, so that's not an option for the ball handler. Once he steps on the sideline, he must attack the middle, and then hopefully the second defender will be coming to form a strong trap.
I suppose the one benefit to that foul is you at least get the ball back with 16 seconds to go.
I suppose, but with Guildford being in the bonus and making most of their free throws. Oh, I jinxed Andrew Lasker there. I wasn't too sure if that was a good idea.
Well, they were 13 of 15 from this distance before that shot, so only their 3rd miss of the game. The ball's bounced as far away as possible. The referee has to go and get it in the corner. So Lasker will try again to stretch Guildford's lead here.
Kozlowski's
jumped in again too early. That one rolled in, so it doesn't matter. Dean Williams into the game. Wholesale substitutions, in fact. Durant and Morgai coming in as well. Oh, and the Dean Williams fan club is in the house. They just went nuts as he came in.
Dean Williams has been here for ages.
Prezzie-Blue, last offense.
Left on the clock.
Jones, still Jones, to Watts. 3 on the clock. Watts has to fire it from miles out off the back of the ring, and the tip is too late. And another good quarter of basketball, just edged by the Guildford Heat. A 6-point lead. The Wolves in foul trouble. The Heat look like they're on top in this game right now.
I think so. I think that the momentum is with the Guildford Heat. They're playing with a lot of energy. They're starting to get a flow with each other, and it couldn't be no better time for that flow to come than the beginning of the fourth quarter. Where Worcester, on the other hand, looks like they're running out of gas. I just seen Callum Jones and the big fella Kazluskis having words walking back to the bench. They could be coming a bit unwired, but Richie Gordon is there on the bench with 4 fouls.
Well, can the Heat get their first victory of the season, or will the Wolves come back? Find out after this break.
Boss Bottled. Fragrance from men.
Black Excess for her. Fragrances by Paco Rabanne.
Why not try? Specially selected, 100% British, carefully reared, free range, deliciously tasty, finest bronze turkey with your cranberry sauce on Christmas Day. Tesco, every little helps.
The whole city is talking about the Marquis de Castello.
They say he's a madman.
Yes, but also a mighty fine cheesemaker.
It said his cheeses put you under their spell.
One cheese stimulates the conversation.
Another stimulates the party.
And then there is the one that stimulates, well, something else.
What does he put in it?
What has he created?
And most importantly, where can we get some?
Out now from the House of Costello.
With a 2-month free trial of Sky Movies, it's a magical time to upgrade. With brand new movies every week. Available on demand.
Bravo!
And now on the move with Sky Go. No one brings you movies like Sky Movies. Upgrade to Sky Movies and receive your 2-month free trial. For more information, visit sky.com/2monthsfree.
This is Eamon. And without Eamon and his bees, things just wouldn't be the same. You see, Clonmel is the home of Magner's Irish cider. And it's thanks to Eamon's bees pollinating the orchards that they can keep growing the 17 varieties of apple that gives Magner's its unique taste. There's method in the Magners.
We have thousands of movies to watch instantly on your PS3, PC, Internet TV and iPad, and as many Blu-rays and DVDs as you can handle. Love film.
Fine Scotch whiskies, great on their own. But at Bell's, we blend them together into something more magical.
Welcome back to Guildford, where Coach Raftopoulos and his men are 10 minutes away from their first victory of the season. It's a bit harsh on them, really, to keep going on about how they haven't won a game, because they've been so close in so many games and just not quite got over the line.
Yeah, close only counts in horseshoes, Dan. You know, it's going to be a winner and a loser in this game, and unfortunately, they haven't gotten off to a good start this season.
But they have got themselves a 6-point lead with 10 minutes to go here against a Worcester Wolves side who started the day joint second in the table.
Well, Pete PJ said, never mind my 7 minutes to bring Richie Gordon back in, and he's starting him this fourth quarter, Dan. It's a bit of a danger call, in my opinion, but we'll see if the young guy has enough discipline to keep himself on the floor for the final 10 minutes.
Well, they have put him out on the wing of the zone defense rather than in the middle where he was playing earlier and where he's more susceptible to go after a block shot, because Lauskas is still in the middle.
Great move by Paul James, putting Richie Gordon on the wing instead of in the middle in the 2-3 zone.
Prezzie-Blue comes down with it, and a trip by Mike Martin. I'm not sure he meant too much about it, but it doesn't mean it wasn't a foul.
Yeah, that's right. I think they banged knees as well.
So sideline ball to the Wolves, trailing here by 6. They had much of the lead in the first half, but in that third quarter, Guildford really stepped it up. Freeman lobbed into Gordon. Gordon goes up and lays it in, and he's fouled by Copeland, and that's what he gives you.
Immediate impact by Richie Gordon. He gets the ball under the basket that close. He's going to foul. He's going to score the basket or get to the line. In this case, he does both.
And a great pass down the lane by Tommy Freeman. Threw it over the defender and made sure all Gordon had to do was catch and lay it in. And he converts the three-point play, and that's, in many ways, the perfect start to this fourth quarter for Paul James and his Wolves.
Absolutely. I'm sure Paul James will want to control tempo this last quarter to use their energy efficiently, where Guildford will be trying to get up and down, crash the offensive glasses, and get easy buckets in transition.
Copeland with the shot is short. Rebound falls into the hands of Kozlauskas. Jones looking to push. Stopped by the defense of Ogundenbe. Kozlauskas has it now. Kozlauskas fires up for 3. Jones going after the rebound, bobbles through Freeman's hands, and eventually Martin pulls it in. Williams inside to Martin. Martin cross court to Williams. Now Copeland with the little finger roll. And Freeman is on that other side, and Copeland wins that battle in terms of height and size.
Absolutely. If that was Richie Gordon, it could have been a 50-50, maybe a block or maybe a foul. Easy bucket for Guildford, but Richie Gordon stays in the game.
Jones, can he get it? Yes, he does get it. Gets it out.
Great
Big
pass.
shot from Freeman for 3. Doesn't quite go. Gordon going after it. So too Kozlauskas. Kozlauskas can only tip it out of bounds, and Guildford keep possession of the ball.
You got to love Kozlauskas. He hustles after every loose ball, and he stretches the defense with his unbelievable three-point shooting.
He's not the most orthodox-looking player, and he's not the most athletic, but he sure is effective.
Absolutely, and he knows how to play this game, Dan.
Good hands there from Kozlauskas to knock it loose. Prezzie-Blue to Kozlauskas to Gordon. Great fast break. And Kozlauskas playing his part defensively and offensively.
Kozlauskas to Gordon. They form a very good pair together. Gordon ran the floor. Kozlauskas ran the floor. Great steal by Prezzie-Blue.
Into Martin. Martin with the head fake. Fires the shot over Kozlauskas for 2.
Tough shot, but I think this is the tempo that Worcester wants to play with. They're stopping Guildford from getting fast breaks, and they're playing against 5 guys every time down, Guildford are.
Kozlauskas still going with it, and Williams caught him. Kozlauskas hits another 3. It was after the foul.
Kozlauskas is a handful. He just looks awkward.
Sideline ball, which Fernandez will inbound for the Wolves. They trail by 5, 7.5 to play in this ball game. Oh, that's too far away from Kozlauskas, and Guildford come up with it. Williams given the shot, so he takes it and he hits! What a shot from Dean Williams! Nobody gave him any respect there. They just left him open. He went, you know what, I can hit this shot.
What a fan favorite. Dean Williams knocks down a really big three-point shot.
Freeman to reply, and he does. Tommy Freeman with a crucial shot for the Wolves there.
Absolutely, and if I'm not mistaken, Dean Williams was guarding him. He was like, right back at you, little fella.
Driving through is my guy. Throws it to Paul James. Would have been great if Paul was on his team.
Yeah.
PJ would have been off to the basket there.
Yeah, that's too bad because he had Dean Williams to his left, right on the wing, wide open. And Dean Williams is a decent three-point shooter. After he made his first one, another look, I'm pretty sure he would have had a good chance of getting that one to go down.
Heat by 5. 6:40 to play. Prezzie-Blue for the Wolves. Freeman coming through the lane, gets it to Fernandez. Back to Freeman from deep, way down. Town doesn't quite go. Prezzie-Blue with the rebound. Fernandez thinks about it, decides against it, penetrates into the lane. Great play.
He is not going to shoot a three-pointer. He can shoot a 16-footer, a 17-footer, but he's not going to shoot a three-pointer. When he shows you the ball and you come up, he's going to get into his sweet spots and make plays. Nice play by Fernandez.
3-point game now. Martin has it for the Heat. Ogundengi thinks about the three, turns it down. Will take it off the back of the ring out to Prezzie-Blue. Prezzie-Blue, a little stop and go, drives to the basket, is blocked. What a block from Copeland.
Great defense by Mike Copeland, but good job by Prezzie-Blue by trying to attack the basket. There he
Williams
is.
again for three, not this time. Copeland with the offensive rebound, and Freeman's on the floor. I think he's going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, Mike Copeland is finishing with a lot of energy around the basket. He's rebounding well, and he's protecting his own basket defensively.
Oh, actually, I think they've called the foul on Mike Copeland.
What?
Well, we all thought, and both sets of players thought, Cleon thought, the foul was on Freeman there, but it was in fact on Mike Copeland, and that's his fourth.
Oh, wow.
Well, because Copeland, here's Copeland, he goes, oh, there's a little shove in the back right at the beginning of that. On the rest of the play, it looked like it was a foul the other way, but to get the rebound, there was a little push in the back.
Absolutely, he did push in the back. That's a good call by the official.
Well, sometimes you need the replay just to be sure.
Absolutely.
We were all confused at first. Prezzie-Blue with the little stutter. Kozlowski's open again for three. Not this time. It's almost more of a surprise when they don't go in. McLemore drives, dumps off. Oh, knocked away by Ogundengi. He didn't put the ball on the floor. You're right, Mike, but he did lose it.
Sorry.
That was one of those coaching moments. Just shout at the referee. Well, the noise getting ever louder here at Sports Park.
Excellent
cut. Cutting back. Oh, he missed it! That could have made it a one-point game midway through the fourth quarter.
I think that Guildford is playing into the hands of the Worcester Wolves with this pace. I think that Prezzie-Blue is doing a really good job of controlling the tempo. It goes unnoticed, but this is the pace that Worcester wants to play at.
Into Durant, dumps off. Ogundengi lays it in.
Great interior passing, good pass by Sean Durant, good finish by Teo Ogundengi.
He's into double figures now with 10. Prezzie-Blue. Freeman to Fernandez. Fernandez skips it out to Freeman. Freeman driving baseline, going hard to the hole. Oh, I thought that was going to bobble out on him as well. Technical foul has been called on Creon Raftafalis. He came running over, screaming 3 seconds at the official. And he's been called for a technical, and in a 3-point game, that's huge with 4 minutes to go. You see Freeman going to the basket and scores. He was after a 3 seconds on Richie Gordon in the lane, first of all. Referee having none of it, but what that means is Freeman can go to the line, a chance to cut it to 1, and then they get the ball with a chance to take the lead.
In my words, Daniel, you must keep Freeman and Prezzie-Blue off of the free throw line. Not the best of timing for a technical foul from Coach Raptopoulos, but let's see if this guys can pick up the energy and support their coach while he's trying to fight for their rights.
First one is good for Freeman, and Coach Raptopoulos still having a word with the officials about that call. Freeman knocks them both down, and it is a 1-point ball game with 4:08 to play.
With 4:08 to play, Daniel, but also the pace of the game favors Worcester. I would have thought that Guildford would have been trying to rebound and push the ball up the floor with Worcester Wolves' tired legs, but if they're going to play at this slow pace, it's going to definitely favor the Worcester Wolves.
Prezzie-Blue, halfway through the offense, still he has the ball, trying to bounce it down to Lasker. That will add another 4 seconds back onto the shot clock. It was down to 10, it's back up to 14 now on that reset.
And Prezzie-Blue was going directly to his money guy, Richie Gordon, down low in the paint, off the pick and roll. No doubt about who they're looking for in the crunch time.
Because Lasker gets it down to Gordon. It's knocked loose by Durant.
Great
Freeman,
pass.
big shot for three. Oh, string. Freeman went chasing it like he was going to fall short, but he didn't. He went in, and he's got a big smile on his face right now because his team lead by 2.
Absolutely. Great shot, but even better pass by by Richie Gordon, who found Freeman on the wing for the deep 3-point shot.
McLemore kicked out in the corner. Lasker for 3, doesn't go. Rebound Gordon. And the Wolves are in front here, and time on their side now. They're going to try and slow it down again.
Well, recognize the pace, Daniel. It's been their pace all quarter, and I've been saying it repeatedly that Guildford need to pick the pace up. They're rebounding well, but they need to push the ball in transition once they rebound.
Richie Gordon will take 2 from the line here, trying to double his team's lead.
Nice shot from Richie Gordon. He knows what time it is. It's crunch time. Crunch time is the last 5 minutes of ball games, and he's ready to play definitely in the last 5 minutes.
And Richie Gordon is the 3rd player on his team to reach 20. He's up to 21 with that now.
4 points the difference. 3 to go.
Joseph.
No ball movement is pretty stagnant in the zone. There's some penetration and 1.
Oh, and 1 for Ogundegbue as he lays it in. He'll go to the line for a bonus. Oh, the referee's just going to check it. And the basket will count. Prezzie-Blue call for the foul. Here's another look. 1 or 2 thought it might be on the floor. No, that's an and 1.
That's an and 1, absolutely. And Teo made his own driving lane. I've been speaking about driving lanes against the 2-3 zone since they started playing it. And I think Teo finally gets a whiff of maybe that's what it's going to take to get to the basket.
So this to make it a 1-point game with 2:50 left. It's off the back of the ring, and Freeman is there to pull in the rebound.
2 points the difference.
You can see the nerves around Surrey Sports Park here. Their team on the brink of a first victory, but it's starting to slip away a little bit. They're still right there, though. 2 points between them.
Here's the pick and roll by their 2 money players. Nice slip by Gordon and finish.
They didn't even do the pick and roll. They ran away from it quick, tricked the defense.
Well, he was coming to set a pick, Daniel, but that's called a slip. When the big man gets halfway through and the defender tries to show over the shoulder, the big guy immediately slips to the basket. Great move by Richie Gordon and great read by Prezzie-Blue.
Great shot at the other end by Drew Lasker for 2. What a ball game we've had here at Surrey Sports Park. Back and forth all the way through, and with 2 minutes to play, we're nowhere closer to knowing who's going to win. Richie Gordon just tying his shoelaces, so the referee stops it. 2:02 on the clock. Heat 91, Wolves 93. Tremendous game, Mike.
Absolutely.
Whoever wins.
Absolutely. I think Guildford have been stagnated by the 2-3 zone. From Worcester.
Almost lost it. Freeman is hit on the 3-point shot by Drew Lasker, who says no to the official, but it's not going to change his mind. It's going to be 3 free throws to Tommy Freeman.
You have to keep Freeman off of the line. And you know what, Daniel? If he makes a 40-foot 3-point shot with a hand in his face, you have to take that on the chin. But you can't foul the shooter, especially when he's shooting jump shots.
Just caught him on the body.
Absolutely, he did.
After the ball had gone. So Tommy Freeman with 3 vital free throws here. First one is good. Stretches the lead out to 3. This to make it a 2-shot game. Whoa! Wiped his feet but dropped.
Shooter's roll. There's plenty of time left in this game, Daniel. I just don't like the momentum and the tempo for the Guildford Heat.
Freeman 7 of 8 from the free throw line, misses it. Gordon almost gets a rebound, and he does enough to ensure it comes out to Freeman. That's an excellent result for Worcester. 2 points and the ball back.
There's Richie Gordon again, wreaking havoc, causing havoc on the offensive glass, and smart enough to pass the ball back out, Daniel, and run some clock. Shooter in the corner.
Out to Freeman, and did he step on the line? I think he did. Tommy Freeman just stepped on the line.
Back into the game, Mike Martin. Comes out with
90 seconds to go. The Wolves leading the Heat 95-91. And it's about that time where we start to think about MVP, Mike. It's such a tough call here today. There's been so many great performances.
Well, I think that MVPs go to winners, and so let's see how the game is going to play out before we get ahead of ourselves here.
Blocked by Gordon, but there was a foul for, and it's going to be on Kozlowskis, his third, and that will be 2 shots for Drew Lasker.
Absolutely. I think that's the last thing that the Worcester Wolves want, is to stop the clock and let Guildford score with the clock stopped. So they must just keep their man in front, challenge all shots, and make sure they finish that possession by grabbing that defensive rebound.
.21 points for number 21. Drew Lasker to make it a 2-point game. 82 seconds to play. The Wolves will take their time again here and try and run some clock.
Great game, great game. This ball is going to end up in Prezzie-Blue doing a pick and roll with Richie Gordon.
Ooh, zipped across to Gordon. Here's Gordon going on his own. He loses the handle. Ball is loose. Guildford come up with it.
Great defense on the dig down by the little guys.
Minute to go and Guildford can tie here.
Or a 3 or put them in front, Daniel.
Certainly will. McLemore. Lasker to give Guildford the lead. No, it's short. Ball is loose. Freeman comes down with it. Tossed out to Prezzie-Blue. Prezzie-Blue is fouled by McLemore. So Sherrad Prezzie-Blue will go to the line for 2 free throws to make it a 2-shot game with 41 seconds to go. Good foul.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with the shot that Lasker took last possession. I just would have liked to have seen him take a shot like that off some penetration instead of just passing the ball around the perimeter.
That was the steal there. It was Lasker helping down to knock it away from Gordon.
Yep, Gordon tried to go get you far.
Makes the first. It's a 3-point lead. This makes it 2 shots Guildford need.
That's right. 2-possession game with this shot, if he makes it.
He doesn't, and Martin pulls in the rebound. Bounce pass to McLemore. McLemore driving hard. What's the call? Offensive foul against McLemore. And who's there to take the charge yet again? It's Tommy Freeman.
Tommy Freeman, if you want to know an MVP, I know I said wait till the game ends, but he's doing it on both ends. Great position, outside the semicircle. It's a good call by the official.
And that also is the 5th personal foul on Martel McLemore. He leaves the game with 18 points, and I know there's not a lot of time left, so in some ways it doesn't matter, but he is one of their 3-point shooters, and trailing by 3, they're going to need a big shot somewhere in these last few seconds.
Who's going to tell me when to stop? Who's right or wrong? Who's going to judge me? Me. Only the Brave. The Fragrance by Diesel.
Can you drink Gordon's gin and Schweppes tonic while enjoying the art of miniature ice sculpture? Yes, you can.
Why not try from specially selected grapes, crafted by a chef de cave, matured for at least 24 months, gold medal winning, delicious finest Premier Cru champagne. When you open your Prezzies on the big day. Tesco, every little helps.
If you're not a golfer, you wouldn't understand. It's not just a game. It's an all-consuming passion. It's a love that can stay with you throughout your life. We understand this. We are them. We are you. We are American Golf. In store this Christmas, the tailor-made Super Launch irons, now only $279, saving £120. Also the Mizuno MP630 driver, now only £99, saving £50. Love golf. Love American Golf.
Careful.
Give a little gift that could get bigger. Buy a Christmas scratch card from the National Lottery today.
I'm coming in! I'm coming in! Oh. Scramble!
Hang on. He's coming in. He's coming in.
Refuel with the KFC Supercharger. 2 mini breast fillets with a tangy supercharger sauce in a toasted sesame sub. Extra large fries and a drink.
They're amazing out there, so they're giving birth to speed. Clear. Release him.
The KFC Supercharger.
In my new DVD, Powered Up, there is plenty of raw animal power. Yay! Come on! There's a raging bull, a pair of prancing horses, and a beast called Brutus. Powered Up, out now on DVD.
Someone is offering double savings in their winter sale.
It's not us!
The people
Not elves!
at DFS are not only offering 4 years free credit and a whole year payment free, but right now you can save double. So you'll save more than enough to take yourself
Did she say elf?
No, she said yourself. And your family to see the new Arthur Christmas movie. You can see all the sofas in the sale at dfs.co.uk. The winter sale with double savings is on right now by DFS.
Not by elves!
CK1 Shock, the 2 new fragrances.
For him and for her.
Welcome back to Guildford, where the hometown Heat trailing the Worcester Wolves by a couple of points here in this basketball game. Some coaches would say straightaway foul, others would say, well, we'll just leave it, play some defense, hope we can get a stop. Now, the fact that Paul James has called a timeout moves the ball into the front court for Worcester.
Absolutely. It advanced the ball to their half of the court, so they don't have to worry about any full court presses or traps or anything like that.
And that could be the reason he called the timeout in itself, just to move the ball.
And it also could have been the question that he asked in between the timeouts.
Guildford trusting their defense here to come up with a stop. They're not in foul mode. Shot clock down to 7. Prezzie-Blue has it. Prezzie-Blue out to Kozlauskas. Prezzie-Blue shoots. If this goes, surely. No, it doesn't go. And there's a foul. It's on Fernandez as Joseph and he tangled for the ball. The foul is on Fernandez, so that will be 2 free throws, I think. No, it won't, because they're not over the limit.
No, they aren't in the
sideline
bonus.
Possession for Guildford.
No way.
Well, that's better for Guildford because they're down 3 with 17 seconds to go.
And Coach Raptopoulos is going to call a timeout and draw up a play for this last 17 seconds.
Well, you can see there he's saying to the referees that's only their 3rd foul of the quarter. But in some respects, I think it at least gives them a chance. Here's another look. The shot goes up, and you can see them down in the corner fighting for position. Well, pick a foul out of that, Mike.
Yeah, well, your guess is as good as mine. I saw 2 guys battling for a rebound. but nothing better than home cooking, Daniel. Nothing better than home cooking.
Well, the advantage here of only being in 3 fouls, I know Creon was complaining about that, is they at least have a chance to tie the game with 1 shot. Now, remember, the Wolves still have a foul to give, so they can wait a few seconds and foul before a 3-point shot goes up, but you've got to make sure you foul on the floor.
Absolutely, and not while he's shooting the ball. You don't want to give up any 3-point opportunities and foul a 3-point shooter and give him 3 free throws, but that's a great tactic that you just mentioned, Daniel, and a lot of coaches use that.
Well, they're all on their feet here at Surrey Sports Park. Paul James, whose name hangs on the wall here as a legend of Guildford, is trying to beat his old club. At the moment, they lead by 3. So he's thinking worst case scenario, overtime. That's my worst case scenario.
Absolutely. Guildford have to make sure they don't shoot the ball too soon now. They got to make sure they get the ball in the right person's hand and also have the guys crash the offensive glass just in case it's a miss.
But they have to shoot soon enough that if they miss, they can get another go at it. Joseph has to get the ball in, he does. Copeland to tie the game for 3, short. Oh, offensive rebound, Martin.
There it is.
Martin fires up for 3, he misses. Copeland with the offensive board. 3rd go now. Joseph. No! And Sherrad Prezzie-Blue comes away with it. Lasker commits the foul with 0.8 of a second to go. But Guildford Heat, with 3 attempts to tie the game, missed them all.
And I'll tell you, those 3 looks were 3 good looks. I know they wish that they can have those back, but that's what I meant before when I mentioned about shooting too soon, and also what I meant by the guys crashing the offensive glass. Just couldn't get a shot to go down.
Well, as you say, they couldn't have asked for, I mean, Martin, there was a hand in his face, but the other 2 looks were good enough looks.
They were good looks.
Especially Joseph. I mean, that's the sort of shot Julius Joseph has made throughout his career. You would not have been surprised to see that one go in. He's already made one on this court earlier this season that tied a game late on. And that will do it with Sherrad Prezzie-Blue taking it to 4 points. That will be enough for the Worcester Wolves. What a game of basketball.
Fantastic game.
I mean, just, they'll inbound it and they might throw a shot, but it doesn't really matter even if it goes in.
Fantastic game.
And just a tremendous game from 2 good teams. You have to feel for Guildford to end up on the wrong end of this one.
Yeah, I think that the 2-3 zone stagnated Guildford, and they couldn't really figure out a way to attack it off of the dribble. You have to give them a lot of credit. Andrew Lasker and Mike Copeland came in with a lot of energy. They played really well for the Guildford Heat, but I think that the Worcester Wolves are playing fantastic basketball at the moment, and with Richie Gordon, Tommy Freeman, and Sherrad Prezzie-Blue all scoring over 20 points, you're going to have a long night.
And then you throw into that the 3-point shooting of Kozlauskas in the first half as well.
Absolutely.
Just a tremendous performance.
Absolutely.
A super game of basketball here in Surrey. Unfortunately for the home team, it's ended up Guildford Heat 93, Worcester Wolves 98.
Surrey Sports Park, 93-88.
Paul, from our perspective, that was a tremendous game of basketball, but your nerves must have been shredded towards the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's tough to win on the road, and you know we've had a lot of games. We've had about 8 games in 22 days, and you know we were on empty tonight, and that's why we went to zone real early on just to try and weather the storm. And really proud of the guys. I thought we weathered the heat storm and did a fantastic job tonight.
Creon, I thought your guys played really well tonight, but unfortunately just ended up on the wrong end of the scoreline.
Yeah, I'm sitting right now just looking at the stat sheet, and you know there's no great disparity on in any departments. Rebounding, you know, they made some tough 3-point shots, about 12. I think we made 9, so we can't really look at the 3-point shooting. So I think, you know, I like what my guys did. They played real hard. You know, we got a little winded towards the end of the 4th, which is natural. But, you know, when you're going into the 4th quarter of a really physical game and we've got 7 fouls and they've only fouled twice, you know, it's just really shocking, you know. I try not to say things about the refs, but you have one ref making all the calls. You get a call at the end where Copeland jumps up and gets an offensive rebound, and he's called for coming over the top when he's got both hands on the ball. You get the Tommy Freeman slides under the guy. Maybe it was a block, maybe it wasn't. McElmore gets called for a charge. And then I know I got to control myself because probably the big turning point was me getting a technical foul when I wasn't happy with them not calling 3 seconds on Richie Gordon. So I'm just not happy with the refs right now.
Here's a look at all the results from the last week in the BBL. Newcastle are through to the BBL Cup final after a 71-68 victory over the Riders in the second leg, gave them an 8-point semi-final aggregate win. In the Championship, Mersey rallied from 8 down in the dying seconds to force overtime against the Jets before winning 102-97 in the extra 5 minutes. On Saturday, Sheffield posted a 93-77 victory over Durham Wildcats, whilst the Wolves got back to winning ways with a 93-84 success over the Tigers. In Sunday's action, some really close games once again in the BBL. Cheshire edged the Wildcats by 3 in Chester. The Eagles withstood a second-half charge by the Rocks to win by 4 when they'd led by 21 at the half. Our main game ended in an away win, and the Raiders posted 31 points in the fourth quarter to ease to a 22-point win over Leicester. Before we go, let's see what it all means for the league table, and Newcastle are the only undefeated team left in the BBL with a 7-0 record at the top. Worcester are in second and Glasgow third, but both Leicester and Plymouth have games in hand. It's pretty tight after that, with Guildford still looking for a first win.
Well, a fantastic game here in Guildford with the Wolves just edging out the Heat. We continue our coverage down in Plymouth next week where we'll see the Worcester Wolves once again, but this time it'll be the second leg of the BBL Cup semi-final. All to play for a spot against the Eagles in the final. Plymouth Raiders against Worcester Wolves, Tuesday, 13th of December, Sky Sports 2 at 8 p.m. Hope you enjoyed tonight's game. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
We were in Zintan with a group of rebels battling against Gaddafi's forces. Their leader, Mohammed, was hit, taken to hospital. He didn't make it. The grief of his followers was almost overwhelming. We wanted to slip away, to leave them to mourn with dignity. But what we wanted didn't matter. The rebels had a story, and we were there to tell it.
Why not try from specially selected grapes, crafted by a chef de cave, matured for at least 24 months, gold medal winning, delicious finest Premier Cru champagne. When you open your Prezzies on the big day. Tesco, every little helps.
This Tuesday, buy any medium or large pizza from Domino's and we'll deliver you another pizza absolutely free. Domino's 2 for Tuesdays, giving them away.
Fine Scotch whiskies, great on their own. But at Bell's we blend them together into something more magical.
Capture the moments that matter. With a powerful optical zoom, touchscreen, full HD video recording, and now with £35 cashback. The new Lumix TZ20 from Panasonic.
I can start all over again. I can listen to my own rhythm. I can believe. Says who? Only the brave, the fragrance by Diesel.
Here's to the amateur golfer, the true player of the game. We salute you. All consumed by the quest for perfection, the pain, the despair, the joy. All for the golf. Love American golf. The Powerbug Pro Sport Lithium Trolley. Save £50, now $399, only at American Golf. Also the Garmin Approach S1 GPS watch, now only $139, saving £40.
I need to escape the map.
I'm one of the last ones.
Escape the map for your chance to win a C-Class coupe.
At Santander, we approached our revolutionary new savings bond from a completely fresh angle. It's the only 3-year fixed-rate bond to pay you all your interest up front. So you'll get £1,000 up front for every £12,000 you deposit. It makes you wonder if other bonds are the wrong way round. Santander, driven to do better.
If you love football, you'll love this weekend on Sky Sports. From intense rivalry on Saturday night.
The classic in the Classico.
An action-packed double bill on Sunday.
Richardson! Signed, sealed and delivered. Here's Crouch.
To high drama on Monday night.